Alright guys, welcome back. This is HD StarCraft and I'm here to bring you guys game number 2 from the Korean replay pack from IPL 5, the Korean Regionals, and I said Korean twice. So here it is, it's time for a Korean versus Korean. It's going to be MarineKing.Prime as the red Terran at the top left hand corner, and the bottom of the Ohana we do have the Zerg. It's the blue Zerg TSL.Hyun. And the first game going to MarineKing.Prime, which was a really close one, man. I really thought that Hyun was going to take that game handily. The first Baneling bus was so crazy. 40-something Banelings coming in and crashing into your army, and then inside your main base. I think there was a point where Hyun had Banelings inside of MarineKing's main base, and they were just chilling next to the tech labs and the add-ons waiting for units to come out. And I think it would have been better if Hyun had just went for the SCVs in the back. I'm sure there were SCVs mining on the mineral fields, and I'm not too sure why Hyun didn't go for them. Maybe he already did, and I just didn't catch it. But he did get 40-something SCVs, and I don't believe it, man. Hyun still lost that game. MarineKing.Prime making a really good comeback. That when you're down 40-something SCVs and you are able to like pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and say, I'm going to counterattack and I'm going to win, not right away maybe, but I'm eventually going to win. That says something about your character, right? That says, hey, you don't give up, you never surrender. It's kind of like Jaedong, man. Speaking of Jaedong, he's been doing all right in the leagues right now for StarCraft 2. I think that his mechanics are amazing. I think he's got something like 400 something odd APM. Just for reference, here's the real APM for these two guys, something around 200, 215. This is not with Blizzard taking out the APM. That's considered redundant, by the way. And Jaedong has something like 400 odd something, so it's really good. He's got great mechanics, but I think his decision making still needs some work. Like, he doesn't really know when to get Brood Lords or when to get this or that. So that's I don't know why I went off on that tangent. I just love Jaedong, but I cannot wait to see how he plays once this final OSL season ends. And I wonder if Flash is actually going to take the final win for the OSL. It's like the last OSL for StarCraft Brood War, as they make the switch over to SC2. And yeah, Jaedong isn't there, but Flash is, and it's been funny because Flash has been playing Jaedong forever in the finals. It's like every final's like, oh, it's Flash versus Jaedong, but nope, not this time. Maybe Jangbi will win one more time. One more time. He did win the last one, I think. SCV almost went down there by that drone, and thankfully MarineKing keeps it alive. It's always a big nuisance to lose your SCV. Oh god, that SCV gets repaired at the last second and then gets microed around inside the mineral patch. The drone says, well, alright, I'll leave you alone, and it's going to make its way out of the base. By the way, we do have the same opening from Hyun. It looks like triple hatch. Yes, triple hatch before pool once again, and the right response really to MarineKing, who went for a CC first. And on this map, I think CC first is a little risky. In fact, it's big risky. You know, it's not as big as Daybreak. And if Hyun had just went blindly with something like a 10 pool, it would be game over already, for sure. In fact, even if Hyun went, excuse me, Hyun, not Byun, they're very similar. Byun's Ghost King Prime. If Hyun had went for a hatch first and then a pool, he could still be very aggressive against a Terran who CCs first, but any type of pool first and it's pretty much game over for the Terran player. So that's why it's a little risky, especially considering it's a smaller map and MarineKing already showed his hand the first game on Daybreak. So you know, I think that Hyun's got the option to be aggressive, but he decides to rather go for the triple hatch in total, and that's not a bad decision either. The only thing is, I think it's a smaller map, and it is a little bit harder, in my opinion, to play macro Zerg against Terran on this map, given that the map is somewhat kind of close. You know, you look at the 4th base and the 5th base, and really it's not too far away from the middle of the map. You don't really have that much room to work with if you're going to try to play long game Zerg. So that's one thing that I think Hyun might have to be a little careful about. In fact, is that a Baneling nest coming up? That is a Baneling nest coming up, and that seems to be a little bit earlier than the last Baneling nest. If you guys recall, 6 minutes was about the, I think 7 minutes was about the time Hyun got the Baneling nest last time. So this is a little bit earlier, if you ask me. And I wonder if Hyun's just going to say, well, you know what, screw it. The Terran went for a CC first. I'm going to go for an ego bust. Because he does have speed on the way, and we'll see. This is what it's going to say. If he makes more drones, then he's droning up. If he makes a ton of Zerglings, then he's going to go for a bust. And he has kind of a mixture right now. 8 Zerglings and a drone. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, a couple of Zerglings encountering these Marines. and will keep them off the Xel'Naga tower as speed is kicked in. And yeah, 30 Zerglings coming in right now. Whoa, Nele. Hyun is going for a Baneling bust. It is an eco Baneling bust off 3 hatches. This is so crazy. Who would have ever... Oh, and the Marine King's going for it all in too. Oh, Marine King doing the Marine King that he knows best. And he's bringing all the Marines and SCVs. This is so crazy. And both these players are about to just collide head on. And Hyun here has the Zerglings and Banelings. He's actually the one who's being all in right now. He can't even be the first one to be aggressive. He's got to be defensive first. He's going to slam the Banelings into the Marines. Not what Marine King wanted to see. Not wanting to see Banelings this early on for sure. And that is terrible for MKP. Now his front door is completely exposed. He's got to wall it off and seal it immediately. Get the Marines behind the wall, stat, and build a wall. Just forget these 3. He cuts them off knowing that he can't save all of them. And now it's going to be up to MKP. Can he hold off the frontal aggression one more time? Will Hyun go for the Baneling bust? Of course he will. Making 4 Banelings right now. And he's going to try to slam his way through the front door. Bunkers immediately coming up 3 at a time. He's going to have to make a supply depot here too for a secondary wall. I'm surprised MKP is not. And he is in so much trouble right now. I wonder if he's going to be able to hold it off like he did in the first game. Here it comes, the Banelings detonating, and there it is. The supply depot wall has fallen. The Marines immediately falling back. The 3 bunkers are almost up, but MKP does not seal off the secondary ramp, and that could be a problem. That could be a mistake. It is, and all the Zerglings have been allowed inside the main, and this has gotta hurt. Oh, 23 SCVs are going down, and it looks like MKP is going to be able to save about half of them as the Zerglings are still running rampant in his base. But will he be able to control the pest problem as these Zerglings continue to multiply in number? No, they are not. They are not outside the base right now, but they are coming right now, reinforcing from the 3 hatcheries. 12 more Zerglings coming out at the moment, and the Zerglings still alive inside of Marine King's base. He needs to get rid of these Zerglings. Can't afford to be losing buildings like this, and all the Zerglings going for a surround again. Being as cost efficient as Hyun could possibly be. Very nice play, and now Hyun's got the second wave ready to go. The thing though is I think MKP's got enough bunkers to hold this off. And he just needs to get more Marines inside those bunkers right now. Let's look at the Harvester tab, 21 to 43. So MKP isn't out of it yet. If he can hold off the second wave, then he might be okay. Marines immediately evacuating the bunkers. Nice control by MKP, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Zerglings once again just running rampant. Baneling detonates on the SCVs. They are fresh for the kill here. And the double orbital kind of serving as a wall, but the Zerglings still just running all amok inside of the natural expansion, and the supply depot wall was not lowered again. Oh man, this is just brutal watching MKP trying to fight for survival, hanging by tooth and nail here. And, oh no, more SCVs are going down. 45 workers have gone down total, and I don't know if MKP is going to be able to survive the 3rd wave. He doesn't have a wall, he doesn't have any Marines, he doesn't have a bunker, and Banelings are morphing. Oh, that's brutal. That is seriously demoralizing watching this if you're a Terran player, and I would not be surprised to see him type out GG. There it is, GG's! He doesn't even want to deal with the Banelings, knows that that is pretty much all he's got, and that is going to be game over once those Banelings morph out and detonate. One thing I just want to check back, I sometimes rewind the replay if I want to see like a key point, just to point it out one more time, but, you know, did Hyun make the Banelings because he knew MKP was going to all in him? Does he make the Baneling nest this early on because he knows the play style of MKP, at least the former play style of MKP? He was more prone to doing the Marine all-in with SCVs, or was he actually planning to do the all-in? That's what I really want to see here, and let's just go ahead and fast forward and find out. I think it happened around 7 minutes, 6 minutes, or something like that, so here it is. Let's see, 7 minutes exactly. Okay, so he has control over the Xel'Naga tower, and let's see when he starts to make the Zerglings. Yeah, he was planning to all-in from way before then, and, you know, he didn't scout out anything particularly weird. He didn't know that Marine King was going to all-in him. You know, he just sees the command center, the 2 Raxes, and he's got to be so thankful he started making Zerglings when he saw all these Marines coming down. So that was seriously an all-in versus an all-in, but unfortunately, I think in this situation, a Zerg all-in with Banelings is a lot more devastating than a Congo line of Marines and SCVs. And just for posterity's sake, let's just watch this one more time. Marine King's thinking, I got this, guys, no problem. MKP to the max, but then the Banelings are here, so that was pretty nasty. So a complete build order victory here for Hyun, and we will see what happens in Game 3. Really nice series so far. Hope you guys enjoy, and this is HD StarCraft signing out.